It gives me great pleasure now to welcome Deputy Mayor Penny Hulse to say a few words. I accosted Penny at a Go By Bike Day recently and said that she turned down this event and that she must come, and she changed her world to be with us this morning, so please welcome.
I want to acknowledge a few people, some wahine toa from the west who are here, and acknowledging Carol Ngawati, who I've known for forever. Leslie from Africa, Tonga, one of my South African colleagues, and someone very, very special who I feel we've known each other for the last 30 years on that sort of rubbish, refuse, recycling, doing stuff that seemed a bit weird and outlandish and now is just so boringly normal, but you know, these journeys happen with us. I want to acknowledge Malcolm Rands. Malcolm, you are out there as a visible leader for sustainability and bringing together the fact that business and sustainability can live side by side and be cool, so bless your heart for that. And Rick Eade, who is one of my utter heroes. Rick was an early adopter back in old Waitakere days. Rick completely got the fact that Unitec and Council needed to work together and collaborate. And Rick, I realise now what a brave and visionary person you were back in the day. That's just extraordinary. And you're keeping on leading that. So Carolyn, thank you for talking me into being here on the bike day. So just briefly, there's just a few points I want to make. First of all, to say utterly, this journey is the most important one we can embark on. For me, there's actually nothing more important. There's a lot of talk, there's a lot of waffle around the edges, but if we aren't grasping that sustainability challenge and looking at our carbon reduction strategy, then there's no point to anything we do really, because quite honestly, we're being derelict in our duty to the future by not grasping this now. So thank you for the rounded and all-inclusive way that you're doing this. It can only be done with people and with community at the centre of it. So listening to our C40 representative who was here the day before yesterday, I think, talking to us about the whole C40 organisation, for me one of the most critical things that Mark said was that successful cities will be low carbon cities, compact, connected and coordinated. And just listening to what you're doing here, that coordination is critical. So it's bringing together all the bits that people are doing, but focusing them on that low carbon and sustainable future. So whether it's the choice of how you landscape your green areas, the choice of how you build your built form, and the choices around how you actually teach and be alongside your community, all of this is making sure that it's a coordinated and focused effort. So by hanging it on this initiative, you're bringing all of that together. It is utterly the right thing to do. And it's kind of what we're trying to do at Council, she said, segueing into the speech that she has. So, you know, what are we doing at Council? Just to take a step back, for anyone who hasn't noticed, we were 7 or 8 councils, some of whom, Waitakere, mine, were doing fantastic stuff with sustainability. I make no apologies about being completely biased and one-eyed about that. You know, we were doing stuff that now people are going, oh, how about we talk to our community about cleaning up streams? It's like, oh good, let's do that then. Here's something we prepared earlier. But in saying that, there's some fantastic stuff. The North Shore, the Auckland Regional Council, Manukau with its community development arm, magic stuff was happening right around the region. We've brought all of that together and we're trying to coordinate and bring out the very best of the best across the whole region. But it's a real battle. Malcolm just said to me, you know, we're coming into the silly season, the election, and boy oh boy are we seeing the polarising of the debate around sustainability, climate change, compact city, which I seem to be you know, I need to find whatever the equivalent for the devil wears Prada. In my case, it's kind of the devil demands intensity. I make not a single apology for that. In fact, if anything, I've said to people, never mess with a South African who lives in West Auckland. You're not going to come off well, and what's more, she's probably going to win. So Auckland will be intensified because there simply is no alternative. I could probably be a bit kinder and a little bit less blunt in the way that we go about it, and that's the kind of mahi that we're embarking on. But essentially we've got some very big transformative change to make in Auckland, and we need to do it fast, because one of the other compelling statistics that we were given at the C40 discussion was that 60% of growth in energy consumption is due to sprawl. So that's one of the other critical things with what's happening on this development site and on this campus. You're actually at the forefront, the vanguard of good ways of developing this extraordinary site and this campus. You're leading some of that discussion about how to develop well and in a compact fashion, and do it around the provision of jobs, education, community facilities and everything else that's good. We can just look to what's happening here to see what we need to be doing in the rest of the city. But on the good news side of the ledger, and there always is one, we're doing some really good stuff. We've set some ambitious targets, not quite as ambitious as yours, but we want to reduce by 2040, we want to reduce our carbon by 40% from our 1990 baseline. So, that's a big step given the growth in Auckland. We're adding a city the size of Hamilton about every 4 years. We're just going gangbusters. That's kind of good in some ways. It's quite frightening in other ways, because with that degree of change happening that fast, if we're not driving the change well, we're going to lose control. Just some interesting stats. We're growing by 819 new residents and 344 new homes every week. We're creating a new street every 2 days. 670 cars are arriving at the port every day. 8 new classrooms and teachers are needed every week, and 405 new jobs are being created across Auckland every week. That's pretty intense. So, that's why I'm saying every single one of us needs to be enrolled and directing that in the right way. Otherwise, we're in deep strife. So to that end, and this is a very, very long speech, so I won't do it. What are we doing? Big picture, we're trying to drive that good urban design that drives that compact city that allows for public transport to thrive. We're building bikeways hand over fist, and it's thanks to some very good people, some of whom are in this room. And again, I just acknowledge the extraordinary Pippa Coombe, who bikes everywhere and is possibly the most sustainable elected member on Auckland Council. Some of us have discovered biking at the grand old age of 57. I'm now a complete convert to biking. My son's dropped me here so I can go and pick up my bike from the bike shop. I've been separated from my beloved bike for 5 days. It's just doing my head in. I don't want to have to use my car ever again. So biking, going gangbusters. People are pouring onto buses, so much so that in the Herald today, people are complaining the buses are too full. That's great, and God bless Generation Zero for their Does Your Bus Suck campaign. We need a lot more buses. The Central City Rail link, we're digging it as we speak. Public transport is not now a debate, it's just a let's build it and make it happen. We're doing a whole bunch of good stuff with changing the way we manage our rubbish, and with many other initiatives. All of the stuff that I think you're aware of. You are the change agents in here. I don't need to do a speech that explains to you how important that is. Finally, I just want to say I will cheer you on with anything and everything you do. Whatever we can make available by way of support, it's there. Partnering up, as we used to say in old Waitakere days, let's partner promiscuously and in a good way. It is all about linking together to make those initiatives work, linking together to make them work with our community in a way that's right for our souls, not in a way that's been told to us as something to do. You're leading the way here in Unitec, and I couldn't be more proud to know you, to be part of you, and to be invited to be here today. And hopefully I'll never have to drive here again, and I will bike here the very next time I come. So, kia kaha, and a huge amount of aroha and love. I should say aroha and love, and ka pai. Keep it going. Thank you.